Hey folks, how you doing? So, there's a question in the world of weightlifting at the minute that really needs to be addressed, and that is, where is Dmitry Klokov? What has he been doing? What's he been up to? And why has he been mysteriously absent from recent competitions, such as the Worlds 2015 just a few weeks back? It even looks like he won't be competing at the Olympics in Rio 2016, despite really putting up some impressive lifts. So I guess officially he said that he's retired from international competition, and he made that announcement a month or so back. But here's the really tricky thing, and that is, if Klokov has retired from international competition, why on earth did he rock up to the training hall, the World Training Champs Hall in America just a few weeks back, and set a 200 kilogram hang snatch? So a 200 kg hang snatch is extremely impressive, and that's essentially equaling, or at least not, or close to actually bettering his previous snatch PR. Which leads you to question, if he had a 200 kilogram hang snatch, even if his full snatch was only 5 kilograms more at 205 kg for his full snatch movement, right? Which is a fairly conservative estimate, then he must be in with a really competitive total, right? Unless his clean and jerk is absolutely disastrous. So if the current world record, I wrote this one down, is 436 kilograms in the 105 kg class, which is the class that Klokov competes, right? So if the 436 kg world total, assume he's got a 205 kilogram snatch, and he wants to get to that, right? That means he only needs to lift 231 kilograms on his clean and jerk. Now, back in 2011, his PR was 232, so he would need to be close to his PR or just under it. That's fairly competitive. So if he lifted a good clean and jerk, along with his current estimated snatch, he would be the new world champion for the 105 kilogram class, which makes it extremely confusing as to why he's not competing. So as far as I can see, I've got 3 options or 3 ideas why Klokov might not be competing, and these are pretty much the 3 that I can come up with. Now, you could say that he's taken time off to be with his family and to do that, but the reality is that he's still training, and to keep up the weights and the performance he's doing, his training schedule must still be extremely intense. We're still talking probably 9 sessions a week that he's talked about before. He does a lot of that work, a lot of extra mobility stuff. There's a lot of stuff that he'd have to put into that, to his training and recovery, so I don't think it's that he needs to take a step back for that reason. It could be, maybe reason sort of number 2, that he wants to be, we've seen videos of him competing or been in around the CrossFit scene, competing in grid competitions, so maybe he might find his way into a CrossFit sort of open games. It's been talked about that he might find his way into the CrossFit Open. Of course, it's all hearsay, it's all speculation, but that might be a direction in which he's moving. It could be one of the reasons it's going on. Second reason, it could be, that he's just wanting to focus on delivering talks, delivering seminars, building himself a business, I guess making more money from it. Again, it's a reason. It's sort of 50-50. It could be that reason, it could not. Third reason, which seems more likely, and that is, look, Klokov spent his life in Olympic lifting. It is his love, it's his passion, it's what he obviously cares a lot about. So it seems unlikely that he's going to want to move away from it, or that he's going to want to retire from it, at least while he's on peak form and has a chance of winning a world championship. So it leads me to the conclusion that perhaps Klokov is on performance-enhancing drugs, and I say perhaps with a perhaps. Yeah. So it's more that I think So we had a few weeks back, the World Anti-Doping Agency looked at the Russian team, so particularly like international athletics, and they looked at the Russian athletic team, and sort of they found that there were a lot of issues of non-compliance, of not keeping up with the proper drugs tests, not following the right procedures, and of state-sponsored doping on a large scale. So if they found this with some of the biggest state-funded teams in Russian athletics, then guess what? Olympic lifting is also humongously state-funded in Russia. So if the Russian state is prepared to use state-sponsored drugs programs for one high-level sport, it seems likely that they'd be willing to do it for another, which is why we're going to see an extremely scaled-down version of Russian competitions in the Worlds, an extremely scaled-down version of Russian competitors in the Olympic Games. So I think, honestly, it may be that Klokov has been advised or has been told not to enter international competitions where he may be tested and where the potential is that he could be proved positive for the use of performance-enhancing drugs. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't me like dissing on Klokov, any stretch of imagination. He's one of my absolute all-time favourite lifters. He is immensely strong. And the reality of high-level Olympic lifting is that a lot, and I mean a lot of the competitors are going to be on performance-enhancing drugs. That is the way it is. And it doesn't take anything away from the immense accomplishments and the feats of strength that these guys have done. I'm just putting this out there as an option and saying that when you look at some of the facts and the political information and the news that's been going on around this, that seems to be the most logical reason why Klokov won't be competing. So that's sort of my thoughts on the matter, looking at what I can read about it and looking at what I know about Klokov and his training. What do you guys think? Do you have any ideas about maybe why he's not competing? Why he's decided to take that so-called early retirement? Might he end up in CrossFit? What are your guys' thoughts about Olympic lifting, about Klokov, about where he is? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like the video, then please like the video. If you want to have some more of these, some more discussions about Olympic athletes, about news, about Olympic lifting, then hit the subscribe button and I will chat to you all later.